All right. Good morning, agents. My name is Kevin Lauren. I'm the Director of Training and Marketing here at Alta Realty Group. And today we're going to be joined by Debi Cecconi from Clearview Mortgage, and we're going to discuss some really cool loan programs that you maybe have not heard of, and they might be very good things for your clients. So I'm excited about this. And then at the end of that, we're going to be discussing the social media marketing program that our friends over there at Black Box Marketing have been helping us with. So we've had a lot of agents, you know, a lot of interest there. And so just wanted to make sure that everybody has access to that and knows what that is. And so we'll be going through that as well. Before we get into today's presentation, let's bring Bill Seitz, corporate broker, on the line. Bill, good morning. How you doing today?
Good morning, Kevin. Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday.
Yeah, lovely Wednesday. October, right in the middle of October. Seasons are definitely starting to change. And so this is kind of my favorite time of year.
Yeah, lots going on in the world, and nice to have Debi back. She's was on a nice vacation, I'm sure much needed, and back fresh and ready to go.
Yeah, I had a good chat with her yesterday. And so she is fired up as usual. And let me, hold on. Let's just bring Debi here. And Debi, we'll get to your presentation in a second. But good morning. How are you?
Sure. Hey, good morning, guys. Yeah, I'm sure Bill has some really important things to talk about before I share my goodies.
Well, he's the broker, so he's always got something going on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, do we have the Tuesday tip from last week, Kevin?
From last week. We didn't get one out to this week, did we?
No, we skipped it just because I think you were traveling, and I know we were behind a week, but I wanted to definitely review that one. I think
Yeah.
previous week we had done the CRMLS and violations, and making sure that the photography, if you use third-party photography, that you have written permission. That was the previous week. That was obviously super important. Just wanted to remind everybody on that. Can't emphasize that enough.
Yeah.
Because I get emails every time I want to alert myself or the brokerage about an agent potentially incurring a fine or a warning. So if that does come across my desk, I do try to reach out to you guys and just say, hey, take care of this, because we don't want to have to pay fines, or I don't want to see you guys have to pay any unnecessary monies.
Yeah, that is absolutely ridiculous. Giving away money like that is unnecessary. So just all we have to do is follow the directions, follow the rules, right?
It's the equivalent of a parking ticket. And
Yeah.
so when you go out to your car and you see the meter maid putting a ticket on your dashboard, and you're watching $80 just go out the window. But it's actually more punitive in many cases than a parking ticket. So
Yeah.
they mean business, and yeah, you got to keep everything clean, or else they're going to get you.
Yeah, they'll get their money. Like the mafia. All right, perfect. So let's get into Debi Cecconi's world here. So Debi, you and I had a great little chat yesterday. And so we were talking about dockless loans and, loans for people that normally, don't want to show income, right? Debi, you can unmute yourself.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Yeah, I mean, there are so many loans. When people start talking to me, and by the way, in case people don't know, I'm Debi Cecconi with Clearview Mortgage, and you just have to remember one thing: Debi does loans. That's what I do. I've been doing it for 30 years. So, there's probably a loan for everyone. I went to a meeting last month. It was a networking meeting, and this lady came to me after the meeting, and she ended up being in tears because she needed money to save a property. So there's all the way from, just so you know, and I think I'm going to dedicate another meeting to go over like every kind of loan that we can do, because a lot of people don't know that we can do, construction loans, commercial loans, stated income loans, hard money loans. I mean, there's all kinds of loans, but
Reverse
anyway,
mortgages, all of it, right?
yeah, every single thing. So, she said she had been turned down by another lender. And, after he was jacking her around for a while. And so we just took our time. I needed her to get excellent photos of the property, not mediocre, excellent photos. When she finally got it, she took the photos, labeled them. They were beautiful. Now I have a lender for her. It's going to be hard money, of course, but because she has absolutely no income to qualify at all, and she doesn't live in the property. These are excellent situations for me to get somebody a loan. So there's all kinds. Now, when Kevin mentions, when you mentioned dockless, this is the catcher on that. Yes, we do. Basically, it's not even stated income. It's a no doc loan for investment properties. But when we say dockless, we're talking about a wage earner. Let's say that they get a paycheck, they have a salary or whatever. They get a set pay and they get a paycheck and they get a W-2, those things. And they have money sitting in the bank. We have a loan where all they have to do is when they go on the online application, they get input their employment information and also link with their HR payroll company login, and also for the assets login to their bank on that program. It's extremely secure. So they are basically putting all their information in, that's the login for their payroll and their asset or banking information, where the money is that they're going to use to purchase the home. And they do not have to provide me one single pay stub, W-2, tax returns, or a bank statement. And to some people, that is, that's important, because, you always hear, oh my God, there's so much documentation that I have to provide. So this is a simple way. Now, if somebody is self-employed or they have rental properties, this program is not going to work, because I do need to see tax returns for the rental properties or the self-employment income. But also, so I wanted to mention that program, because for really easy peasy, paycheck stub salaried people, this type of loan, and it's a basic conventional loan, or FHA or VA. It can be used for any one of those loans, can go dockless. So another thing too that I had a request for recently, in fact, I've had a request for this program for quite a while, and that is an interest only option. So we have, because despite the fact that the Fed lowered the rate, and I'm going to use that term, rate, a 0.5 point, that's not for mortgage rates. Sometimes it may have effect on the mortgage rates, but it's not the mortgage rate. They didn't lower the mortgage rates a 0.5 point. In fact, over the last 2 weeks since I came back from Barcelona and Portugal, rates have gone up. It's kind of, we're scratching our head thinking, why is this happening? Why is it happening? Is because the government seems to think that the unemployment figures have improved greatly, like really outstanding. And some of us just don't feel that's the case. So we really don't know. It could also be the war, but rates had dipped down like on FHA into the 5s. For conventional loans, they dipped down into the 6s at one point. And so now we're looking at, still you can get loans in the 6s. You can. In fact, let me just try something really quick. So I'm going to price a loan here. To just see, you know, so loans, so rates can be in the 6s. For the larger loans, for jumbo loans, they're going to be in the 7s, maybe 7, maybe 7 and an 1/8. So interest only is, you know, could be a lifesaver for someone. We can do interest only loans at 6.875% interest rate with an interest only payment. For some people, that could mean like just a huge break. And so keep that in mind. Also, we have, you know, the new loan amounts are coming out now. So the new conforming loan amount is $795,000. And and for the high cost areas, it's going up to $1,175,000. Typically this happens you know, after the first of the year, but we have access to giving these or utilizing these new loan limits now, today. And thank you, Kevin, if you put that 10-year treasury note up. I'm just going to make a note. We're going to have a revision for rates going down today. This is good news, because when you see this US 10-year treasury note go down, you see the red arrow going down, the numbers are red. That means that the 10-year treasury note index is going down, and that's typically directly related to the 30-year fixed rates. And that means that they should be revising down today. So this is a good sign that rates could be coming back down before the election, like what was told to us last month, and getting us all excited that, oh, rates are going to come down before the election. And so all the rates I just told you are probably going to be a little bit lower now. And that's a great sign. But if you are curious about interest rates, or if, you know, a loan can even be done, feel free to give me a call, because as people talk about a scenario, I start thinking of where this loan could be placed and if it can be done. May have a lot of questions, but there could be a possibility where, if you don't look into it, maybe don't, you know, give me a little call, you may not have a deal at all. So just feel free to call me. My number is 949-394-3222, and I'll put it in the chat also. So it's, you know, it's busy out there. I'm really busy. I came back from my cruise and just had calls waiting, people waiting for me to take their loan application. That was really fun last week. So it's busy out there. Grab that business. Tell yourself that you are busy. Tell yourself you're going to get 5 new deals by the end of the month. Anyway, I wish you all the best, and I can't wait for the next meeting to just kind of run through all the different kinds of loans that we can do, just so you know.
I think that's a great call, Debbie, and you know, it'll be a great you know, overview for a lot of people to just make sure, okay, we know Clearview can handle it all, right?
Yeah, definitely.
All right, cool. Well, again, thanks so much for being with us. We always appreciate you.
Thanks for having me.
All right. So many of you most likely saw that our friends over there at Black Box Marketing, which is my wife's sister-in-law. Her name is Brianna Lee. And so she does social media marketing for a lot of different companies. And she offered to do this for our Alta agents. And she put out an exclusive ARG social media package for us that starts at $50 a month. And so I encourage all of you to contact Brianna, and the easiest way to get a hold of her, and I'll put it on the replay and in the chat, is just send her an email, brianna@blackboxmarketingco.com, and she can go through all the different scenarios that they have. So cool thing that they can do is, I know a lot of the people on this call have nothing to do with social media and want nothing to do with social media, but it is an important part of our overall marketing mix. And so let me just share this quick graphic with you guys. So all businesses that are engaged in any kind of marketing, you've got to have what I refer to as a marketing mix, right? And so the perfect kind of marketing mix, in my opinion, for real estate is having a real estate website, having social media advertising, a social media presence, doing some Google ads, and doing, making sure that you have your Google presence, having good reviews there, doing even YouTube ads, direct mail pieces, and door knockers, and walking a specific farm. So in my mind, that's kind of the perfect marketing mix. You guys can take your spin on that, and focus on the things that you do well. But one thing that you can do is just take this social media component, and especially if you're not good at it, and just put it in the hands of some experts. So what Blackbox does is they will create the ads for you. They'll make sure that it's got the specific hashtags and the things that you want. And the other thing that they'll do is they'll custom tailor an exact package for you. So I've been watching the packages that they've been creating for the different agents, and every single one's different. So, you can, specify how many posts you want per month. You can specify, if you want to do actual social media ads on either Facebook or Instagram. And so that's just setting a budget. And then what they do is they collect a small fee off the budget. And so there's just a ton of different ways that you can put the autopilot, aspect to this marketing mix for social media, because you can't do it all. You're busy, everybody's busy. So taking a few of these, these aspects and making them, just automated, that's going to help you so much. So what we have done is, basically partnered with Black Box Marketing, so you don't have to do that. You can have them handle everything, and you can, just go about your business and actually do real estate, right? Bill, I know that you are, sometimes engaged in social media, but it's not really your bailiwick, right?
For me, it's, I guess our age group, we're a little bit between the new generation and maybe the old generation. So we're kind of, I think some of us that are in that, 50-year age group are, plus minus. It's something we didn't grow up with, but it's something that we're, kind of using it at some capacity right now. But I don't personally, I'm kind of still old school, just prefer the personal relationships and, meeting and networking with people outside of that. But I see where it has, it's a powerful tool if you use it and build your audience, and it's really structured around just that. You know what I mean? It's just, you kind of have to use it specifically for real estate or specifically for finance or whatever.
Right.
I think once people they incorporate their personal with their business, I think it starts getting a little bit diluted, and you're not getting consistent. You kind of want to have at least one business account probably if you're going to do it.
Yeah.
And then have your personal account separate, because it's, I don't know. I think like you just got to be all in on it or not. And that is challenging for people. Social media can be exhausting. But it is a powerful way to reach a lot of people. If you're the type of person that doesn't bother you, and you like that, that medium, then I say go for it. 100% go for it.
For sure. And so, in my, so I'll just use myself as an example. I deal with social media all the time, because of my job, but I don't post things on social media. It's just I'm not really that into that. So I have in the past. I don't really, I don't have the time for it, and I don't really find I don't find it rewarding personally, so I don't do it. And so, but I find myself, and I think I'm not alone, I find myself on social media scrolling through things. And so, even though I'm not like a person that really like post stuff, I'm on social media. A lot of people are on social media, and it is that presence. And so, when we talk about this marketing mix again, it's just one of those things. It's like, one little touch. I always refer to marketing as touches, right? And so these little social media touches, they're just subliminal reminders. And so when you're having that part of the equation completely, you don't even have to think about it. I think that really is helpful, because especially for, people, I'm looking at a few names on the list of attendees, and I know that they don't want to touch social media. But if you just put this, even like $50 a month towards this, and you have that interesting little social media presence in your area, it's just going to augment the other things that you do. So, again, let me just share my graphic here. So I do encourage all those that don't want anything to do with social media is, just call Black Box Marketing, hand them the keys, they'll set everything up for you. And that way it's just on autopilot. You don't have to think about it. And then, as that's going, you might get excited about it. You might see, people responding, and then you might want to also augment your social media with your own stuff. So, and I've seen that happen as well. So, don't be afraid. This is, it's not scary stuff, especially when you have an expert guide helping you. So I'm going to put Brianna's email in the chat. Brianna at Black Box Marketing Co.com. Long one, but hey, there it is. So agents, don't be afraid. Go ahead and contact Brianna. She will completely customize a program for you that you're comfortable with, and that way you don't have to think about it. So Bill, any
Yeah,
ways?
it's kind of like, we encourage you to do a newsletter of some sort of communication. Maybe you don't like newsletters. Maybe this sounds more interesting than that. You don't have to, as we always say, you don't have to do it all, but you got to pick one or two of these things, certainly, to be present in the world of real estate. And so, some people of maybe the younger agents out there that are kind of growing up around social media, maybe this is like 100%. They're in their wheelhouse, and this is what they do, and this is fun. We used to have an agent who ended up moving out of the area, so she ended up leaving the brokerage, but she had a lot of fun with it, and she actually did some really cool what was it, Marissa Ambrose, Kevin?
Yes. Oh yeah, she was awesome.
And she was a younger agent in her probably mid late 20s, and she did a great job with it. And I used to just watch her videos just because she was funny. She had good content, and she like would make up kind of funny little stories about like working with buyers and sellers and all stuff that we can all relate to, that we've all had happen to us. And it was really engaging, and she showed her personality, and you're like, naturally like, oh, I would definitely work with this lady. She's got great energy, she knows what she's talking about, and she's having fun. And so I think for those types of people, it works great. It absolutely works great.
Well, for those people, it works. I think it works wonders, and it's magic, because people can see the personality. They can get a sense of exactly who you are and who they're going to be dealing with before they even meet you. And so, but again, that's not for everybody. And, having that kind of personality is, it's kind of, I mean, obviously it's genuine and you can see, wow, that's exactly who that person is, but not everybody can do that. And so,
Yeah.
and some people, it can come off very, off-putting and strange if not done correctly, right?
Yeah, I mean, and I follow this doctor. He's RX for Liberty, and he has a morning message Monday through Friday. It's really cool. Like he's either, like you think like most of the time he's in his office in the morning, and this is what he does, and he brings up awareness on health issues, and it's like really good, practical advice. And he's just making people aware of different things that are, and it's he does it every morning. Like I said, Monday through Friday. It's informative and it's quick and short, and you can see that he's a genuine guy that's trying to help people, and I enjoy it, and every time I see it, I listen to his message. You know what I mean? So you could certainly go that route too. You have a morning real estate message that could be your theme. You can create things that people will gravitate to and come to expect and want to see if your message is good.
Absolutely. And as we always say, consistency is the key. And so you, Bill, have been trained to know that that comes out every week. And you're like, oh, I'm there. It's always informative. I'm all over it, right?
Yeah, 100%. And once again, the message is value. So I wouldn't stop and take 2 minutes out of my and sometimes it's not even 2 minutes, but I wouldn't take that little small bit of time if I didn't find that there was something of value there. And that's the thing that we all talk about is offering something of value, whether it's informative through a newsletter or through social media or whatever, something of value that somebody's going to say that's worth my time. This person is worth my time to engage and get in front of.
Yep, absolutely. So that's exactly how it works, guys. So giving away something of value for free, that builds trust and that builds, that rapport. And so Bill, you never met that guy, but you have some kind of rapport with him.
Yeah, no, but I know what he stands for. I know that I align with him on a lot of levels. So that's why it's like, okay, I like, and I've, shared it with other people, and I'm sure his audience has grown for that.
Exactly. So our recruiter, Don Kearney, has pointed out a very important point on this flyer. They were going to end this on October 10th, but they have extended that through the end of the month. So you guys have the next 2 weeks to take advantage of that $50 package. And of course, like I said, they'll structure any custom package for you if you would like. So thanks for pointing that out, Don. All right, great. Well, agents, thanks for joining us today. Debbie, thank you so much for your insights. Very, very good stuff. As you can see, she is extremely creative with how she, puts together, deals for each and every person. So really good resource that we have for us there. So with that, agents, get out there, make it a great week and a productive week. And we will see all of you next Wednesday on the webinar. Bye-bye.